Hello guys, Level Alone here. Welcome to my Ran Raid Guide series of videos. This will be a 4-part video series, with each video going into every mechanic you will encounter. Today, we're going to take a look at 18.1 Sunken Holy Ground and walk through all of the mechanics of both parts of the raid so you can be fully prepared. Firstly, you'll notice when you get in that there are 4 icons below the boss's HP meter. These icons and their numbers represent the altars around the map. Typically, a support will be assigned to manage these altars and prevent them from hitting 100% charge. Altars will accumulate charges while deactivated and lose charges while active. You can activate and deactivate them by using command attacks like Z and X. The top left altar, when active, will stack an attack power debuff that lowers the entire party's attack power by 2% per stack, stacking up to 50 times. This is the altar you want to pay the most attention to, because if it overloads, your party will not be able to do damage until the boss's ultimate mechanic. If an altar hits 100%, it will go berserk. The altar will not be able to be deactivated until it is completely drained. If this happens to your party with the top left altar, don't worry, just group up in the top left or top right corners until the debuff goes away after fully draining the tower. The top right altar will stack a defense lowering debuff at an identical rate to the top left altar. The bottom right and bottom left altars, when active, will throw out orbs that flood the screen, except for the top left and right corners of the map. The bottom right altar stacks a max MP decrease debuff, and at max stacks will cut your MP by half, and the bottom left altar will cut your maximum HP by a certain percentage, making you squishier. Whoever's in charge of altar management, for most parties, it is ideal to turn on the bottom left, right, and top right towers first, and let them drain completely. The party's freezer should keep an eye on the top left tower, and prepare to freeze the boss when the percentage rate reaches around 75%, as that's roughly the timing the boss will teleport to the middle and create a laser. An altar laser happens after some time, roughly when the altars hit 75%. The boss will teleport to the center of the map and aim a laser that will rapidly increase stacks on the altar. This laser can be blocked by party members, but it will do increasing damage on players that are continuously in the line of fire with a stacking debuff. If your party's not super beefy, you can definitely swap between 2 players for this mechanic until it's over. When the boss is below 50% HP, they will fire 2 lasers at 2 random altars instead of just 1. Periodically, the boss will summon an incense burner somewhere on the map. If you are facing the incense from anywhere it is, you will start to lose HP and MP rapidly. You should do everything you can to ensure you're not facing the incense burner while it's up. The boss will also summon dark pools randomly on the map. 1 player will need to stand in the center of the pool until it's completely cleared out. The pool will do damage and increase the cooldowns of any skills on cooldown by 2 seconds per tick to any player standing on it. If the pool is not cleared, the boss will heal HP. The boss's ultimate attack for part 1 is Jump Rope. The boss will teleport to the back of the stage and bring all players to the center of the map, and then spawn a huge cloud of darkness above and below the center platform. If you touch it, you'll be teleported to the middle and stunned for 2 seconds. The laser rope, if touched, will burn 40% of your HP per hit. The rope will start to swing from back to front, and you will have to jump with your character to dodge as the rope swings. During this mechanic, you will not be able to use potions or recover HP or MP, and your MP will be set to 0 for the duration of the mechanic. Now, you can defeat the first boss of Sunken Holy Ground and move on to part 2. The spider has several mechanics that you will need to be wary of in order to keep the run as smooth as possible. The first mechanic you'll encounter is that if the party is too spread apart, the spider will leap high into the air and drop down on a random party member. For this reason, it's best to keep the whole party together as often as possible to avoid the spider moving around too much. If you need to, make use of the corners of the map to prevent any party members from getting pushed too far away. The spider's marking ability will mark 1 or 2 party members with 1 of 2 debuffs. The first debuff is called Web, and will mark a player with a giant pink arrow above their head. This player will see a debuff in their hotbar with a timer. When the timer hits 0, the web debuff will explode into a massive purple web that stacks a slow on any party members that are touching it. This same web also heals the boss by 1 whole bar per second that it's in the web. The player with the web debuff has plenty of time to react. That player should hyper accelerate and jump as far away from the party when the debuff gets to 4 seconds or less. Typically, the freezer will freeze the boss at this point to prevent it from jumping. If the web happens to explode on the boss in your party, try and split up to force the spider to jump out of it as soon as possible. The other debuff the spider will give is a ghost mark debuff, which is in the shape of a diamond. This debuff makes it so that a sigil spawns on either side of the map and slowly approaches the player that isn't facing the mark. If you look towards the mark, it will stop moving, and if you face away from it, it will approach. If the mark touches the player who is affected, it will explode and deal massive damage to the entire party in the area, as well as silence them for a period of time. The boss will summon one of 2 gates while it's above 150 bars of HP. When the purple gate spawns, the entire party needs to go in and destroy 3 altars within with skills, and get out before the portal goes black. You have 5 seconds once all altars are destroyed inside to get out. If the blue gate spawns, the healer of the party must go in and heal the altar with their healing skill, or light orbs, until it's fully healed. When the boss is below 150 bars of HP, both gates will spawn, and only one of them will need to be completed. Typically, it's best if the healer goes into the blue gate when possible. If the gates are not completed, the boss will heal a significant amount of HP. The spider boss has 2 ultimate abilities. The first is Spider Web Memory, or Simon Says, where the camera will zoom out to reveal a massive spider web with 4 sections. This mechanic will highlight safe zones and danger zones a certain number of times before exploding in the order the zones were shown to you, starting with 2 and going all the way up to 8 explosions based on the boss's HP. Safe zones will be random, but always next to the last safe zone, when never the opposite side. For example, if the first safe zone is down, the next safe zone will always be left or right, not up. It's best if players type out in capital letters the direction of each safe zone in order to keep the party on track. The last mechanic is Blackout. Blackout happens after 2 gate mechanics have been triggered. It's recommended to remove Headhunter after the second gate is completed, so you can have more damage for your command attacks and actives in preparation for Blackout. When Blackout happens, the entire screen will go dark except for a small circle of light around your character. You and your party need to seek out and destroy tiny incense altars around the map using only command attacks and active skills. No special actives are allowed when Blackout is happening. If a player uses a special active, the player that used the skill will be instantly stunned, and the spider will leap to the player and kill anyone in the area. And with that, you are all set to take on Sunken Holy Ground. If you have any additional questions about the mechanics in the dungeon, let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I'll see you all in-game.